talking of people who build boats, people who will also take things for export and all that, and also people will also produce fishing materials and all that. So fishing is also there, and I also know that the salt water that we have in River State in abundance also have so many areas that it could be used for the economic benefits of the state. Most particularly, something that excites me is the internal waterways inside Port Harcourt. I don't see any reason why we can't from Borokri go to Rimola by boat or something. And some people will be asking why. It will also add to the aesthetic beauty of the state. When you go to Holy Rosary back, there are those canals that you have. You open the canal up to Bori Camp. In the evenings, well lit and all that, people should retire to those waterways for relaxation. You have restaurants. Is that why we do the bole and the fish and all that, the barbecue and all that? We keep the waterways busy with all those activities. I've been to Izmir in Turkey. For almost 1 kilometer, you have those restaurants, and you see activities, including those who are going just on boat rides, nothing in the evening. You just get in and move. Within the city of Port Harcourt, opening some of the canals that people have built houses and block. Of course, we'll open all of them up. Once you begin to do that, you will see that you begin to develop also the tourism of the area. We'll have people coming to Port Harcourt weekends, they come to the hotel, but their focus will be to go to those canals and waterways for them to relax and catch fun.
Thank you, Candidate Action Alliance. Candidate Accord, what would you do to the blue economy of the state?
Like I said, whenever you ask economists what are the big revenue earners for River State, they wonder why a state that is so endowed will not make good use of its natural resources. And they tell you it's agriculture and tourism. Of course, now we've added tech and all of that to it. But when you talk about agriculture and tourism, how do you harness that, in a manner that will become so huge and attractive to everyone? If you wish to make River State, a Dubai of sorts, so that your people will no longer travel to Dubai. People in Dubai will be coming to River State on holidays, and you have huge potentials all across. I just mentioned the elephants that came out of the Andoni forest. That's their natural habitat. You find hippopotamus and all of that. So you can, as a matter of fact, see what you can do in that area. If you look at what we have planned, we intend to have, the King Opobo, the King Jaja of Opobo tourism hub. Because our tourism potential starts all the way from Opobo down through, to the Atlantic Belt, all the way down to Soku, to Kola. Now, all of that area, right, is the Atlantic. It's open to all, kinds of things. At Opobo, you take advantage of the Imo River, and then, of course, to the Atlantic. And then if you begin to think about coastal roads, you can actually have, a mangrove city that you can create in Elem Ifoko. There are so many things that you can do. When we talked about building a 200 kilometers bi-directional expressway, all the way to Onitsha, it's because we have thought about how to improve the Onitsha port and to make it not just, a tanker cargo port, right? But to also make it, a container cargo port. So once you make it a container cargo port, you create a lot of activities. To be able to use those activities effectively, what do? You do a road from Anderekri all the way to Isaka, from Isaka to Bakana. Bakana, like I've said, from Bakana to Tumbia. Tumbia, you come across to Bakri in Emoha. Emoha, you go to the east-west, you get to Ndoni at our border with the east. It's on nature, it's just 49 kilometers. When you do that, you reduce travel time from anywhere in the east, to River State by over 3 hours. And then you set up a bonded terminal at Anderekri, so that when the big vessels bring the goods, to an airport, the small vessels take them to Anderekri. At Anderekri, because they will not have gone through customs, you collaborate with the federal government, and customs and excise will be created there, and then of course, forwarding and backwarding, all of those kinds of things, can happen. Now, tourism is key. Our waterways, you can have cruises. You can have all sorts of things, like you see happen in Europe. People can go and spend their whole nights, on a boat cruise. These are all the things that we need to develop. It's so huge, it's so enormous, and that is the focus, of our administration. So we must take the difference between us and Lagos is that Lagos are taking advantage of their seas, and we haven't done anything with regards to our own seas.
Thank you so much, Your Excellencies. And still on the questions from the social media platform. Issues relating to the fiscally challenged is a very critical one, and a very huge demography in Rivers State. Another critical demography are the women. Rivers people would like to know, what are your policies for the fiscally challenged and the women? Again, Your Excellencies, you have 3 minutes each to answer this question. And
schools for them a learn of our history, to having an all-inclusive educational system that accommodates also the physically challenged in the same school as those who are also not physically challenged. The reason is that they must see themselves as part and parcel of society. They must be integrated into what society is doing. Again, we should be able to create special or provide special slots and incentives for them in terms of job opportunities, in terms of promotion and all that. Given their situation and condition, whenever they do something, we should be able to show, understanding and reward them for the little effort they put. There is a lot of emotional and psychological advantage that gives, because as you continue to inspire them, it will also reduce that feeling that they are inadequate and not measuring up to what the standard expected of them by society. Again, on the issue of women, I'm very particular about women empowerment, especially the rural women. The rural women, in the sense that I don't want to just pay lip service to giving them funds, grants and all that to improve their business.